Well, let's see what healthy cooking and healthy eating is all about. I'd like to ask Chef William, who's the executive chef at Huntington Hospital, and our own Melissa Klein, to give us a little bit of a sample of healthy eating.
Sure.
So what are we making today, Chef?
We are making a one-pan meal with chicken and pasta. So the challenge is to make something quick and easy. So what I've got here is chicken thighs. They're diced up. And I'm just going to coat them with a little bit of flour. The flour is going to act as a thickening agent for the sauce, so that when you put the pasta and the broth in, that it coats the pasta and it's not greasy or it's not liquidy.
So this is a simple technique that anybody could learn to
Sure,
do
and
at
you
home.
can do it with any protein. You could do it with tofu, you could do it with beans, pork, really.
So this is great. Any protein you can really use.
Yeah, and chicken thighs are more affordable, and this style of dish it's really very easy to make.
Also, chicken thighs are more common in different cuisines, so
Sure,
it's
yeah.
definitely something that if somebody doesn't want to try chicken breast and they're open to chicken thighs, we can talk about the fat content and the proteins and how they can incorporate that into a balanced meal in a healthy way.
All right, so the chicken thighs are browning. I want them to brown, so I'm not going to stir it too much. So it sits on the bottom of the pan. I'm seasoning it lightly with salt and pepper.
So building that flavor.
Building that flavor. And if the flame is too low, you don't get that crisp on the flour. And that crisp on the flour acts two ways. Both it's delicious, and the other is that it helps thicken the sauce. Otherwise, if the flame is too low, your chicken sort of gulps up in the pan. So if you can see the amount of heat there, that's what's happening here. What I have is cooked bow tie pasta, peas, mushrooms, onion, garlic, and we're going to add chicken broth to the final dish and some lemon just to give it more flavor. I have capers as well, but that's completely optional.
You can actually smell it all. You can smell the flavors starting to build. You can smell the onions and the garlic and the capers. And it's great because you can switch in any ingredient. Like you mentioned, you have bow tie pasta, but you can do whole wheat pasta.
Sure,
or whatever
any type of
you have
pasta
on hand.
and any type of vegetable.
Yeah.
The process will be to brown the meats, get them browned, get them fully cooked. I'm going to remove them from the pan. Then it's any vegetable that you have in your refrigerator. So it's when you open the refrigerator and you want to pull something out,
so you can see them starting to brown.
Yeah, it starts to brown.
Nice flavor, yeah. A lot of times people might not know how to cook at home, or they do know how to cook, but they're wanting to try new recipes.
Yeah.
So it's really important to understand the techniques as well.
yes.
And
this
to
is
make it easy enough to
this is
to
all about the
learn at
heat
home.
in the pan. So at home it's probably a medium to a medium high flame. You want that pan hot. You don't want to crowd the pan, and you want, I don't know if you can see, but what the chicken is all flat in the pan and it's all browning nicely, and so far it's going perfectly.
So a lot of times we might not be able to do cooking demonstrations on site, but we can send our patients videos of
that's
chefs,
great.
of wonderful chefs like yourself to explain those techniques.
Yeah.
And that really helps us to have the tools to provide people to use in their own homes. We have recipes that we can provide. That also helps. But
Yes.
if anybody is a little bit uncomfortable and we want to build their confidence in the cooking, we have so many videos we can provide with fantastic.
Yeah, it helps to see it, because until you see the chicken browning in the pan, it's one thing to read it, but to see it is something else.
Yeah.
You have a much better understanding.
And it's great if you have kids too, to get kids involved. And
Oh, yeah.
doing different tasks in the kitchen, helping with the prep, cutting up some of those vegetables.
We're almost there. Promise. It's not that bad. But it is similar, yes.
So, one thing I do want to add is Chef Bill has been with Huntington Hospital now for quite a while.
8 years?
8 years. And has taken the food scores at the hospital to just about its highest level that you could take. He has been an amazing partner. He's an amazing chef. And Northwell at Huntington Hospital has some of the highest food scores nationally. So, we're very lucky to have Chef Bill.
Thank you. And I'm lucky to be here. It's most of my career has been in hotels and restaurants. And I was telling someone earlier, this is the most rewarding part of my career, because food means so much more to people when you're not feeling well. All right, so our chicken's ready. We just remove it from the pan.
More butter.
More butter.
Everything's better than that.
So this recipe actually has about 6 tablespoons of butter for 4 servings. So we inform our clients that all foods fit. If they have a heart condition, we'll encourage them to adjust the recipe, maybe switch out the butter for a different source of fat. But any healthy patient, butter is a great ingredient to include for flavor. And Chef is adding on to that with the shallots, the garlic.
Get that nice aroma going. The shallots and the garlic, when you add that in the oil, it's the oil that picks up the flavor. So when you add garlic, when you're sauteing the fat, that fat transfers that flavor to the rest of the dish. And from here, some peas.
Beautiful color.
Some mushrooms. I'm going to add a little capers because I'm a fancy man. Capers have got that pickle briny taste.
Is there, if you don't have capers in your cabinet, is there
You can do it without.
substitution
I mean,
to
it's,
that?
yeah, and this can be vegetable broth or chicken broth.
Nice.
But the technique is that this brown chicken, once I put this back in the pan, that chicken acts as a thickening agent for the chicken broth, which I'm going to add.
It smells delicious. Give a good balance of protein, vegetables, a little healthy fat,
Yep.
and some grains. So very balanced. And I love that it's a one-pot meal.
Yes.
Not a lot of dishes to clean up.
Let's add some lemon. Lemon's great in that it really wakes up the flavor. You don't have to make the dish lemony, but fresh lemon just really adds to the dish.
Yeah, we tell patients all the time, if you're trying to reduce the salts, add in those fresh citrus,
Yeah.
herbs. That really does add in that nice flavor.
I don't know if you can see from there, you probably can't, but the chicken is making that broth simmer, or it's actually making that sauce thicken. A little bit of chopped parsley, also optional, but it looks nice.
Beautiful. Smells delicious. It's smelling up the entire room.
Nice.
Right, that's a quick meal, right?
Quick, easy, healthy, balanced,
Did I say 7 minutes?
flexible.
Yeah, it was good.
You wanna
So that's
squeeze
it.
in
That's
for a photo with the finished product?